And where is your scooter? Where is your scooter, girl? Where? I just got hammered by 5 African American women. Do you know why racism is not real? Yeah, this is Miss Sophia the Diva, and I am coming to you to conclude the season 10, the most epic reunion ever, aside from season 9's explosions, with Kim Zolciak putting her own foot in her goddamn mouth. That's what you get, you trick bitch, for fucking blocking my ass when I was telling you the truth about yourself. Y'all know Kim Zolciak blocked me last Friday because all I said was she posted something about successful people. And all I said was, Kim, this is what Candy was talking about. You are always negative on social media. Some people don't like hearing the truth about herself. Well, baby, if them 5 African American women did not get you together, and it might cost you a check, because honestly, everyone needs to boycott Tardy for the party. If you think that racism doesn't exist, where the fuck have you been all this time? Okay, I'm just coming in raw and real, and I know this is not diva-like, but I just have to keep it real, okay? I was so disappointed, but you know, liquor or whatever the fuck is in that damn red Solo cup can be a truth serum. And so your truth came out that you don't think racism is real, and that any other white woman that was sit on that sofa with those African American women, as you put it, would be a fool. But meanwhile, you all up on Sheree's ass, wondering why she didn't defend your sorry ass. Well, maybe she finally saw you for the trash that you are. In the previews, what killed me was every time you would hear Portia say, "Yes, is in the hot seat, bitch." I was like, who is she talking to? I thought she was talking to Kim, but of course we find out later on who it is. Oh, and by the way, if jealousy is a disease, so is racism, Kim. Well, we know jealousy is a disease. Anything where you have a natural hate for someone that is unexplainable is somewhat of a disease. Let's just be real about that. We open up with them screaming at each other. Nene is telling Kim she's a hater, she's jealous. Is she the parking meter lady? Is you handicapped? Because what it is that we had to roll the tape back to prove that Kim told Sheree in their conversation that she saw Nene, but at the reunion she claimed she didn't see Nene. All she knew was that, you know, parked in handicapped. Then she was talking about, you should be handicapped with all these damn diseases you done had, and where is your scooter? And I was just like, oh Lord. And then Kim said, you big and you get loud. And then she was talking about Nene's teeth, told her she ate the other set of teeth. I don't know if anybody caught that. I caught that on the 3rd playback. It was so much stuff. So please forgive me if this video goes longer and it's a little convoluted and complex, because it was a lot of issues to cover on this. Then Nene told her about her floaters, and I was confused. Was she talking about her breasts or them duck ass lips that Kim got? Nene also told Kim somebody pulled her too tight. I was like, baby, her and that plastic surgeon, Lord help. I don't understand why Kim thinks. And then I found out that Kim, in this episode, she's selling a cosmetic line, cashmere. And see, of course, I don't know that because I stopped watching Tardy for the Party. I lost interest. All it was her dragging around. I'm pregnant. I have kids. I don't know what to do with myself. So we started talking about Sheree's situationship with Tyrone, or as Nene refers to him as Lyrone. And I was like, oh shit. So I call it the Bermuda love triangle of Sheree, Nene, and Tyrone. I love how Shady Bravo Andy said, so how is this long distance relationship working out, Sheree? I was like, long distance? Or, okay, whatever. We find out Tyrone is in there for wire fraud. I would need to research exactly what could be for wire fraud, but I know he's some sort of investor dude, so there is no telling what could have happened with that. Somebody wrote in and wanted to know if Sheree has phone sex with Tyrone. You know she do. She said that they are engaged, but wait a minute, we're not engaged. if everything is what it's supposed to be, then they will probably get married, and that he has a hearing that needs to get calendared so it can be determined if he will be getting out in the next this year, as in 2018. She says that she is not going to wait 2 years more for Tyrone if it takes him getting out in 2 years. And she has been out dating, and she has her little friends. She's doing more than just bedroom candy, in other words. I mean, every woman has their needs, honey. At some point, my thing is though, so when Tyrone calls Sheree, like, do you just like excuse yourself from the date and just get up and run to the nearest restroom or outdoors to talk to him? Because, girl, them phone calls from jail be coming in few and far between sometimes, and when they catch you, they just gotta catch you. I love how Nene throughout this entire episode took ownership of everything people said. Yes, honey, I stole that from that store. Yes, honey, I did everything you saying. I did. Yes, the funniest part was when they were talking about how Tyrone basically, people were asking her about Tyrone and how she immediately went. Her visceral reaction to people saying that she had been with Tyrone. And so she was on Twitter. I didn't see this tweet, but Nene had me down. She told me, yes, because I sucked his dick. I was like, oh shit, Nene. Candy was like, oh my God. I was that damn Nene. This season, we love this Nene. Like we love the first season Nene, we love the season 10 Nene, okay? Also, for best facial expressions, aside from Nene's silent ones, was Kenya Moore, honey. Her face the whole time when Kim would be talking and bumping her gums or bumping them lips saying some crazy ass shit. I was like, but the best shady responses came from Portia, honey. But we gonna continue to get into. Let's see what else happened here. Also, Andy wanted to know something about how Nene felt about Sheree talking about old meat. She said, honey, I love my old meat. Do other people want a 48 and 50-year-old? Is that considered old meat too? It just got out of control during this reunion. And but the best part was when she said, yes, I stalked Tyrone because that's what I do. Yes, I did all of that. Yes, I did. Chad, I was everywhere. Portia asked Sheree, why is it that you would want to leave yourself with the only option of being with a man that's not fully available? She says, well, it's no different than dating married men. And that's when Andy looked up at the ceiling and said, I can hear in the rafters the echo of Nene saying, close your legs to married men. And that's when Kim tried to slick say, well, Greg was married when Nene met her. And Nene was like, I've been with my husband since 96, and he didn't know not one of y'all sitting on this sofa back then. So, but okay, let's just say that he was married when I met him. He been my husband for the past 20 years. And then on top of that, she also outed Kim about, let's talk about when you were down to the Oasis Club dancing in your nurse's uniform. I was like, what? Kim used to be a stripper, and not to mention she been with 2 married men. Honey, one of them bought her this car, bought her this house down in Sugarloaf before she was with married man before she got with Lee, which I guess Lee was Big Papa. Andy had to further instigate the situation by asking, had Big Papa ever been divorced? I think it was Andy. And Nene was like, no, he ain't never got no divorce from that woman. And then Kim was like, well, I've been married to Cora for 7 years. I've been married to Cora for 7 years. I've been happily married to Cora for 7 years. I was like, girl, and the best line is yet to come. So we try to get into what is this whole Kenya versus Kim and how did it start? Andy, let's just be real. It's just 2 shady heifers that don't like each other, okay? The thirst is real and the hate is real. I did feel last season that in some respects the reason why Kenya was so vicious with Kim at the time was because she is jealous of her life in some respects. She is married and she does have all these children. That is one of Kenya's desires. But this season, is particularly after this reunion, I kind of like Kenya. By the way, as an aside, I was looking at some of these old Miss America pageant, Miss USA pageant when she won, baby. Kenya better not ever say anything bad about anybody's mouth work, because back in the day, them teeth, baby, y'all need to go back. I'm going to try to find the clip again. I'm going to put it in the in the description below. But it looked like shark attack, baby, chiclet teeth. But it was just like a bunch of teeth everywhere. I was like, what's going on there? Not to mention, there is no doubt now that Kenya does wear color contacts. Because at first I said, well, maybe that really is her color. But now that I go back and look at the old stuff, I'm like, yes, she wears color contacts. It's 2018. I don't know why. But it's your thing. Do what you want to do. You know, they were like, what's all with the shade? You know, of course, we know it all started with, I think it was Candy and Kenya that went down in the basement. I don't know. And, you know, they just wanted to know, Kim said she just wanted to know why Kenya was such an asshole. At some point, some kind of way, I guess Kim said something about, you want my life. And then Kenya said something about, why don't you pull your dress down because your vagina is hanging out of something. She didn't say pussy because Kim tried to say she said pussy. But we know Kim don't know half the time what people said because I think she's probably drunk out of her mind. But I did find it weird how Kim kept saying that she'd been married for 7 years but yet wanted to glide over the fact that Nene had been married to Greg for over 20 years. So it got heated between Kim and Kenya, so much so that Kenya asked permission from Andy because she moved to the other side so she wouldn't just have to talk to the wig, honey. Okay. I said, you know what, I can't. And then Kim was like, well, I'm just going to set face for it because you're not going to get your moment from me, sweetie. You're not going to get your moment from me. You just not. I was like, she always quick to tell somebody that they going to get a moment. She came for Cynthia about getting a moment. We know that she was trying to justify why she said that Cynthia was pretty and that she's pretty and that's all there is to it. And that's why she needs to be quiet all the time. Now she's basically, now she don't want to talk to Kenya. You can't look at Kenya, can you? Because Kenya got your ass in the corner and you trying to get out of it. But girl, there's no way you can get out of that. I love how Cynthia pointed out the fact that at Casa Leaks, when they got into it again that night when the whole daughter statement was made by Portia, that, you know, Kenya didn't come for you. And then Kenya was like, I'm not jealous of your life. You know, don't nobody want them baby kids. Don't nobody want them baby kids. But then she finally cleaned it up and was like, let's just say I wouldn't want kids that are just like her, essentially. I said, ooh, shit. And then when she went in on Corey talking about, and then you got a husband and you treat him like a valet, your servant, your wig maker, your wig curler, whatever the hell he is. And it's no wonder if he has any balls. I was like, oh, shit. Ooh. I was like, whoa. She said, do he have any balls? That's when Andy was like, okay, this is just getting out of control. The more I edit this video, the more I realize I left out some crucial conversational pieces. But Kenya also said, it's your idiot husband that chose to turn a whore into a housewife. I was like, damn, Kim. She said Croy basically turned you into a housewife. I mean, she was out there getting money and having these married men foot the bill, so Kenya. They talked about her skincare line. She claims that she made $15 million in revenue the first year, but she reinvested the bulk of it back into the business. And that's when Portia said, oh my God, really? You're like on that Kim K level now. I was like, Portia, stop. And then Andy wants to know, why did you call? Why did you say to Kim's face, whole daughter? I was like, she was like, first of all, because, you know, the clip says, you know, I mean, that's just wrong for you to say that about your injured son and your whole daughter. And then everybody was like, okay. But I don't, like, again, it's Portia. She didn't mean anything by it. She was just repeating, quoting what people had said. I love Portia's response. She was like, okay, let's just be real. First of all, y'all interrupted me while I was sipping on Hennessy and playing with my wigs. I was like, I know that's right, girl. Come on now. Get it together. Either way, if any of y'all are purchasing this cashmere skincare, why? Kim don't look good. I'm sorry. That face, them duck lips, oh my God. No, baby, don't do it. Don't do it. We learned that Cynthia was the creative genius behind Greg and Nene's fabulous Halloween costume. And Kim was sent to me, well, I didn't feel any type of way about it. I was like, you should. You the one who said she got roaches and stuff. Then we get into a more serious subject matter during this reunion, and that is the fact that Kim has been going around saying that Nene looked like she on drugs. She act like she on drugs. But yet you got mad when Candy pointed out at your set down about how you appear to have a drinking problem if you have to be driven everywhere you go. There is evidence of that. Everywhere you come, you tell people, I like for Corey to drive me everywhere because I like to drink my wine. I don't know what's going on with Miss Pumpkin, y'all, but apparently she wants to be seen today. Hey, Mama. So, and then that's when Portia was like, see, if you hadn't said it was a problem, then it wouldn't be a problem. That's all. And that's true. No one, she's a complete drunk. She just, after all of this smoke clears, she tries to put Cynthia back in her pretty box. And she's about to give Kim a 1-2. She's about pop, pop, okay? Because she told Kim, you always flapping them lips. I was like, oh, shit. And when you say that, that takes on a whole new meaning, don't you think? Or a whole different meaning. Duck lips. I just don't understand. It's a lot of women out there that do that shit to their lips. It just don't look good. It looks painful. It looks like if I was to just take a pen, it would burst, you know. Then that's when Candy starts to address the other shit that Kim has said and done. I remember when they came to that white party, Sheree and Kim had a conversation where Kim said that Candy tried to lick her box. Okay. Don't nobody want that dated mess. On one of her vacations, I guess, when they went to the Bahamas, I wasn't clear. But then Candy was like, I never, no. You know, you were the one laid up in the bed with DJ Tracy. I remember she was a lesbian for a season. Remember that? And so then Nene was like, because Candy said with the kids in the other room. And so Nene was like, so you were letting DJ Tracy lick your box while your kids were in the other room? Okay. Then we got on the subject of the roaches and how sometimes roaches can be used as a metaphor for Black people. And she just said that whole thing is just ridiculous. That right there was the setup for what we would see at the very end of the episode. How dismissive Kim and those like her can be when it comes to the plight of African Americans in this country or Blacks. It's not only... It's easy for you to say it's ridiculous and be dismissive. But I'm with everyone else. Don't invite Kim back. Don't invite. She don't need to come back. Let her stay on her own show with her own people. Okay? Because clearly Kim has a problem with race. Then also the fact that Sheree didn't even bother to tell anyone about the video, talking about I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. Okay, well, that's all well and good, but you could have at least given somebody a heads up, be it Nene or Candy or whomever, you know, you want to carry all bones. And I love how at one point Cynthia was like, we need to get a new bone collecting. And I was like, oh, shit, did she already know that Sheree wasn't going to have a job next season? And then someone on Twitter asked what happened. Is Sheree really fired? You could say fired, but the network just opted not to renew her contracts because it's an annual thing. They negotiate the terms, but each year there's an option not to invite you back. So I think what happened with Sheree is the fact that no one wants to hear a storyline about someone waiting on prison bail. There's already a show about that. Number two, the fact that Sheree wholly leaned upon other people's storylines to make it do what it do. Number three, I also think that Bravo is looking to onboard new talent such as Marlo Hampton and Eva Marcille. I look forward to Eva coming back. I think she brings a nice, calm balance to the drama that these ladies can bring. Basically, I think that Sheree knew that her time was coming, and that's why she was all up on Kim's ass, because she was hoping to be the next Sweetie. She repeated everything else about what everybody else said, but she never will repeat what Kim did, and that's low down and dirty. And that's what some people will refer to as a sellout. I'm really disappointed in Sheree because I liked Sheree as far as her being a single mom and trying to make these things happen, trying to make her dreams work out. I still to this day think that maybe Tyrone may have contributed to the finalization of her building, but we'll never know because she's very crafty at creating these LLCs and hiding and creating a maze for accountants and the IRS to have to dig through. I watched it twice. I watched it on the replay last night. One of the things I noticed is that Sheree looked to be very uncomfortable and hot under the collar when Kim was being confronted about the drug allegations on Nene. Kim also was dismissive about what she said about Candy. She said that it was a figure of speech when she said you wanted to eat her box. No, either she offered to perform fellatio on you or she didn't. How is that a figure of speech? There is evidence of you drinking versus Nene's drug problem. You haven't seen Nene in a while. You said that you've changed. Nene has changed. She's evolved too. And by Sheree being the self-proclaimed bone collector, I don't get why she couldn't just repeat what Kim said too. But like I said, she thought she was going to get a job on Tardy for the Party, but I think Tardy for the Party going to be canceled for the party. The party is canceled. Kim stood up when she was getting ready to leave, and just a little dig, girl, your white Spanx was showing. I saw that shit, okay? Nene told Kim, bye with your privileged ass. I was like, oh shit, I'm leaving. And she got up and took her cup. But there was a picture where you saw all three ladies that were sitting on that side, like everybody was over here and Kim was over there by herself. So I was just like, people knew that the bullshit was going to keep flying back in her face because that's what Kim is. She's full of shit. I'm glad that Nene has learned a lesson because Andy asked kind of like, what are your regrets? What have you learned? And Nene said that she now has learned how to handle a heckler because she was very embarrassed by what happened and how she lost her opportunity with the escape tool. I appreciated Kenya more, which this is a sign of maturity. And I said, maybe this marriage is good for her because she said, I want to apologize for my ill behavior in Houston. I didn't handle that very well. So that was big of her. But Nene, yeah, we as comedians, we do have to learn how to handle hecklers. Either we're going to wrangle them in or ignore them. I just pray that don't nobody try to assault me on stage. I don't know about anybody else. I've seen a couple of situations where it's like, really, it's not that serious. Why the fuck do you come to the comedy club if you... And why even sit in the front? If you don't like what's being said, just walk out, okay? Ask for a refund, not the end club is going to give it to you. But when Sheree was in that hot... Okay, so then that's when we also found out in this episode that the hot seat was Sheree, and Sheree was getting all hot under the collar, and that's when Portia was like, you're in the hot seat, bitch. You're in the... It's your moment. Own it. I was like, oh, shit, that was priceless. Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, when they were on Watch What Happens Live, did address Kim hoeing out her daughter for John Legend tickets. They also showed Nene when Nene was like, personally, I don't think the music is worth, that. I could listen to it on the iPod. And that's when Chrissy Teigen was like, I wanted to say something because she is my friend, but she was like, I didn't want to get in an Atlanta fight. Girl, you wise. You did the right thing. And then John Legend just looked really uncomfortable sitting in the audience, and he was like, I agree with Nene. It's not worth whoring out your daughter for some tickets for my concert, okay? I'm just saying. And Nene even said, that's what I pretty much said. You shouldn't whore out any person in your family for that. At the conclusion, a PA or whomever came to Andy and said that, bring a camera. Kim wants to talk to you. Kim is in the bathroom doing what Awesomely Luuvie wrote an article about recently. White woman tears as weapons. She immediately resorted to crying about the fact that she felt mistreated and abused by 5 African American women. They hammered her. And all I could think about was, if this was Jim Crow era, all of those women would probably be lynched or brutally beaten and abused by you crying and saying some bullshit lies like that. Croy's face said it all. He looked to be so in shock that his wife would say that racism doesn't exist, that it's not real, it's only been hyped up thanks to the likes of social media. Very inappropriate, very dismissive, and easy for you to stand in your privilege, Kim. And after this, before this episode even aired, we had a white supremacist, which I believe that's what the news circuits are saying, the news outlets are saying, that went into purposely targeted Waffle House that had black patrons in there and killed like 4 people that were all under 30 because of the color of their skin. Even before that, time and time again, we've seen it. And I'm going to leave the police out of the conversation, but let's talk about Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. Let's talk about Dylan Roof. What is his name? Dylan Roof or whatever his name was, that targeted a black church on purpose. Racism exists. Racism is real. It is a disease, just like you tried to say jealousy is a disease. Racism is real. And we live with it every day. I've been fortunate for my 41 years not to have to deal with some of the bullshit I've seen some of my people deal with. But I know in these times it's probably coming because it seems as though people are edging for a race war. Quiet as it's kept, but it's not really, because Dylan Roof told you that's what they wanted. He was hoping to set it off. So before you say racism isn't real, and I know you're going to spin it, you're going to say, well, I wasn't talking about racism isn't real. I was saying that I'm not a racist. Go to your home. Stay with your 5, 6 kids, because she was upset about that too. She was like, I don't understand. There was nothing positive. You didn't ask me any positive questions. I have a successful marriage. I have 5 kids. I was like, don't she have 6? I thought she had 6 kids or 7. I don't know. She done probably lost count of her own damn self. And Andy had to tell her straight up, this entire season you've been combative. And you have. You have been very trashy. You come in with your red Solo cup or whatever it is you're sipping on, and you come through, you say very negative things and nasty things to everyone, and in 5 minutes you've gotten all your digs in, and you call Corey to come pick you up.
Okay, and real quick, I forgot to note that when Kim was popping off and espousing her this whole racism thing is bullshit, it's only enhanced because of social media. Oh my God, the look on Corey's face, he was like, yo, you just told all of the things that we talk about in the house, Kim, shut the fuck up. Damn it, now I need to go find me a real job. I was like, I can't believe she said that. And I was like, well, now we know, Kim, that maybe there is some truth to what your fellow 5 African Americans said. Because, of course, she left Sheree out of the conversation. But my question now is, do you think Sheree is still friends with Kim? Especially because Sheree, at one point after Cairo got picked up by the cops, she was all about Black Lives Matter, save our sons. So can you really call somebody a friend who doesn't think that racism isn't real and that racial profiling isn't real and that cops don't pick on black people? Let us know, Sheree, because inquiring minds want to know. Also, it should be of note, did anyone see Shamia this reunion? I didn't. I don't think she's coming back. I don't think she's going to get a peach.
And I do feel in some respects that Croy has been emasculated by you. But, I mean, if he likes it, I mean, if that's his happy spot is to serve you and you to treat him like, you know, maybe he's into that. I don't know. But either way, that's all I've got. This video went longer than I anticipated. But comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on what Kim Zolciak-Biermann had to say about race. Like, is she serious in this day and age? But I can't make it up. But anyways, I have been Miss Sophia the Diva. Again, I need subscribers. Please take time out to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Share it with your friends and family. Have them subscribe too. Comment. Let's have a discussion. And prayers go out to the family and friends who lost their loved ones this past Sunday at a Waffle House in the Nashville area. God bless you guys. I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. You guys have been all that. And Miss Pumpkin, she's gotten off the sofa. But where's my purse, dear? Go get it.